Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effects, starting out fast with Cephalid Breakfast, Tundra into Aether Vial. That is going to make all of the creatures uncounterable, but that's not going to be the key point here, as Turbo Land's actually not going to have any counters. Perhaps he'll have some land disruption. We'll see how much this Vial ends up mattering at the end of the day. Just a land short here of getting out, or of hard casting the Cephalid. I don't see if we've got the Nomad in core yet. The guess in terms of turbo lands, we see Abrupt Decay into Nomads in core. Jeff plays a variety of decks, so I was guessing turbo lands. The other possibilities were Pox. And it actually looks like, with these shock lands, that he's going to be on some type of Death Shadow brew. And there's the Cephalid Illusionist. So this combo coming together extremely fast here in game one. Abrupt Decay taking out the Aether Vial, but not able to break up the combo now that he is tapped out. Going to use a Cabal Therapy. And that is going to target Jeff. And he shows a couple of Street Wraiths, but it's unlikely that Surgical Extraction going to be in the main deck. That would be one of the only cards that would matter to cycle into in these colors. It looks like he's on a Jund Death Shadow. And going to go ahead and mill the final card is that Lab Maniac. We have a new build of Cephalid Breakfast here using Angel of Glory's Rise, and we're going to see how this actually plays out. So Abrupt Decay hitting that Aether Vial, but the shields are down, and Angel of Glory's Rise is about to do its thing. The other Cabal Therapy gets me to discard my own Azami, meaning this Angel is going to bring back all the humans. That's going to include Azami, along with Laboratory Maniac, Grand Abolisher, which is going to stop any future shenanigans that could happen, even if he did cycle into Pyrokinesis or something. That is no longer relevant. And Labman taps to draw a card where there's none to draw, and that's going to trigger the alternate win condition on him. And that's on to game number 2. So that went basically as well as you could hope for. Abrupt Decay being drawn towards that Aether Vial instead of a combo piece. See what type of adjustments Jund Death Shadow has versus certainly a deck that you would not expect too much of in Cephalid Breakfast. Of course, Swords to Plowshares is going to be coming in. This version of Cephalid Breakfast has access to some swords, some additional counter magic, some disenchant. Sideboard, a little bit of a work in progress. The changes from last week are the addition of a basic island, along with changing the main deck kill to be the Labman kill, so using Angel of Glory's Rise to return Labman and Azami, as we just saw. And that also happens to return Grand Abolisher, which cuts off any future shenanigans, and the Mother of Runes, which are largely incidental. They could potentially be used for additional Cabal therapies if those were somehow needed, but that's pretty much a non-point. Also went up on the number of Force of Wills, down on the number of Dazes, added in another Ponder. Essentially going from 3 forces and 2 dazes to 4 forces and another ponder. Limdul's Vault was another consideration, particularly post-board when your opponent has Graveyard Hate. Lab Maniac, as the posters over on Reddit correctly pointed out to me, gives you a large whole subset of plays to get around cards like Leyline of the Void and Rest in Peace and Containment Priest. You can actually use your Lab Man in conjunction with the milling, just casting him from your hand or using Vial to put him in, allowing you to mill your entire deck and then win off of a Ponder or a Brainstorm. So this build actually has some significant advantages over the build I ran in the previous week. And here we go. Just a turn 2 win like a savage. I mean, that's how it's done. Activate Aether Vial on turn 2. Cavern to power out Wizard. Even if he did have counters, no thank you. I would very much like to win now. And does he have any type of response? The only thing I'd like to see out of Cephalid Breakfast would be if there were just some way to win at instant speed instead of needing to dread return. If they ever do print something along those lines, I think that'll really increase the value of the deck. Or the power level, I should say. I guess not, the value's incorrect there. And here's Lily. So actually not comboing out on my turn, because I've got Grand Abolisher in hand. I don't think that's how you want to be playing this deck. You're going to bring Cephalids to the dance. I think you got to let them dance, and that is not what I did. So pass the turn into a Lily, and just going to start kind of a soft combo here. Can't go all the way, because I will just lose to getting decked, actually, if I go all the way. So here's some Narcomoebas. Going to try and find some Narcos. So not following up on that turn 2 win. That is not for the bold there. And now there are four power on the board that can mop up this Liliana. Probably just take the incremental advantage and hope to get Lab Man. Here, definitely not the boldest strategy. Now what this does do, oh, and drew, that's filthy. Just drew the Cephalid Sage, Cephalid Illusionist off the top. Grand Abolisher coming down, shutting off any type of interaction Jeff might have in the form of Surgical. Just going to pull up the text for him here on Grand Abolisher on the phone. But this is largely game over. That Abolisher is in play. Surgicals are not going to be an option, even if he has them. And there it is. He will not be denied. Cephalid Illusionist is going to combo to remove the remainder of the deck, keeping 2 cards left in there. Cabal Therapy, targeting Jeff. He's got nothing that can interact. And now it's a matter of Dread Return for Angel of Glory's Rise. That's going to bring back all the humans. That means Azami and Lab Man. And as it turns out, that other Cephalid Illusionist is a wizard. So we're about to see, with just 2 cards left, tap Azami, tap Lab Man, tap that wizard, and that will create the win for Cephalid Breakfast with this, I would say, new and improved win condition. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please help grow the channel by subscribing. You'll be notified when we upload new videos like Fast Effect, Double Speed Magic with commentary, or Untapped, our raw tournament gameplay. Thanks for watching.